Hey guys, and welcome back to Morgs Menu. So today is another meal prep recipe day. Really excited to show you these two new recipes that we have had multiple times, really enjoy, and are super easy to throw together. The first one is Fiesta Chicken that's done completely in the crock pot. All you have to do is cook up rice and throw everything else in the crock pot and let it cook for a couple of hours. Super simple. And the second one is an Italian chopped salad, which actually requires no cooking at all. All you have to do is cut everything up and mix it all together and make it into a salad. So highly recommend both of these recipes, and let's go ahead and show you how it's done. All right, so we're gonna start with the Fiesta Chicken that goes in the crock pot. This one is so simple because literally you just dump all the ingredients in. So I'll just go over briefly all of the ingredients that you're going to need, show you how I throw it all in there, and all you have to do from there is turn it on. So obviously we're going to need a crock pot and some cooking spray to prevent it from sticking. The base of this is going to be some chicken. So I have some chicken tenderloins here. It's about 1.5 pounds, I'd say, of chicken. You could do anywhere really between 1 pound and 2 pounds depending on how much meat you want in it. I've used everything from chicken thighs to chicken breast tenderloins. With the chicken breast tenderloins, it's probably going to cut down a little bit on the cooking time just because they are smaller pieces of chicken, but really you can use whatever you want. I'll also say that the Pinterest recipe, where I kind of found this original recipe and kind of have worked off from, does say that you can use frozen chicken if you want to. You just have to increase the cooking time. I typically, as a good practice, just try and thaw all of my meats before I use them, but you could do that if you were crunched on time. We're also going to need some rice. So the rice you're going to cook separately, however you cook rice, in a rice cooker, in a pot, whatever, in a microwave if you just use a microwaved rice. But this we're going to mix in at the very end. Also need a can of black beans, 2 cans of Rotel tomatoes. I use 1 mild and 1 regular, but you can use whatever your spice preferences are. A can of corn, and I found this one that has peppers in with it, so that sounds good, but you can just get regular old corn. Also, at the end, we're going to be adding in a block of cream cheese, and as I mentioned, I get this weird one that has this name that I can't pronounce correctly, but it is basically a low-fat version of cream cheese. Also going to need about a tablespoon of minced garlic. And then everything else is just spices, so you're going to need some ranch seasoning. If you just buy the packets, you're going to use just one of the whole packets that you'll see at the grocery store, but I use this quite often, and I just found that buying this bottle was a lot cheaper than buying a bunch of individual packets every time I needed one. So probably use about 2 teaspoons to a tablespoon. I don't know. I'll show you exactly what I use, but you basically want to use the equivalent of about a packet of ranch. And then I'm also going to be using some chili lime seasoning. I got this from Trader Joe's and it's really good. I really like it. If you don't have a Trader Joe's or don't have anything similar to this, you could just use regular chili powder, use paprika. You could buy just like a taco seasoning packet, something like that. Just really any type of kind of Mexican style flavors will work. And then of course, we just need some salt and pepper. So yeah, I'll just kind of quickly show you how I throw everything in there, and that's all you have to do. So now it is ready to just go ahead and turn on. I don't know that I mentioned this in the beginning, but I do drain the black beans. Otherwise, everything else I just dump in straight from the can. So I just threw everything in and then mix it together so everything would get combined. And then I'm going to go ahead and set it on high. This is going to take anywhere from 2.5 to 4 hours, depending on what kind of chicken or meat that you use in it. Like I said, these are chicken breast tenderloins, so they're probably not going to take nearly as long as a full-on chicken breast would for a chicken breast or something that was already frozen. So just kind of keep an eye on it. So if the chicken is done, you can go ahead and take that out and shred it, as I'll show you that I do later, and then we'll just add in the rice and the cream cheese. Alright guys, so I went ahead, it's been about 2.5, almost 3 hours now, and I checked the chicken and it looks all cooked up. So basically at this point you want to go ahead and start cooking your rice however you do it. You guys have seen me make it in the rice cooker a million times, but that's how I do it, that or on a stove, whatever you want to do. And then now we're just going to take the chicken out and shred it up and then add in the cream cheese. Once you've shredded the chicken, you kind of just want to put the cream cheese in here, and you're going to still cook it on high for just like 10 to 15 minutes, basically until it melts down and gets to where you can kind of mix it all in, combine it together, and then we'll also add in the rice when that's done. Now, as you saw, basically as soon as the rice was done, so about 10 to 15 minutes, the cream cheese was soft enough that it could be mixed in. So I went ahead, did that, and mixed in the rice as well. You can just put the rice in the bottom of your dish and then serve it separately, whichever way you want to do it, but I personally like it this way. So now all you have to do is just divvy it out into your containers. To the second recipe, which is going to be the Italian chopped salad. So this one again is going to be super simple, just like the last one. The only cooking involved is to boil some pastas. So speaking of pasta, that's what we'll start with as far as cooking. So it calls for tenderloin pasta or something like that. It's basically kind of the one that's really small and just almost looks like a kind of like a thicker spaghetti-o in a sense, but I already had macaroni and there's no point in wasting it, so I'm just going to go ahead and cook up a little macaroni because it's similar in size. So basically this is going to make like 4 servings for meal prep, so you'll use about a cup of this pasta. I'm just going to boil it on the stove as normal, and then everything else is just going to be chopped and put into the salad. So we have some romaine lettuce as our base. Also going to include some green onions. We have some artichoke hearts, olives. You can use either provolone or mozzarella cheese, and I already have these like mini mozzarella balls, so I'm just going to use those. And then for the protein part, we're going to use some summer sausage. This, you can use like salami, pepperoni, kind of really whatever you want in this. This you should find in a similar type section, kind of where you'll find either like your refrigerated sausages or like the pepperoni and that kind of stuff. So we've got that. And the rest is all the dressings. So the actual measurements for the dressing is about 1/2 cup of olive oil, another 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar. Both are similar enough, they're fine. A tablespoon of Dijon mustard, that's the back, Dijon mustard. 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and then about a teaspoon each of it says Italian seasoning, so I typically just use like oregano, parsley, and then salt and pepper. So yeah, basically what we have to do is chop everything up and put it in. So I'll just kind of show you how I do that and then show you how I make the dressing. The dressings I'll definitely keep on the side in a smaller container, so that we can kind of pour that on as we go, but that's it. and that's going to conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you can try out these 2 meal prep recipes for yourself in the future. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and haven't yet subscribed, make sure you go and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. Thanks again for watching Morgs Menu, and I hope you have a great day. Bye guys.